Hello everybody, welcome to a new video, another video. Her words come out correctly, please. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a new section on my channel where I talk about kind of either words or terms that annoy me because of just or phrases that annoy me, or just phrases and terms which I have no problem with, but certain uses of them annoy me. This I'm one is about normality and abnormality. They are correct scientific terms, and yes, psychology is a science. I fucking hate people that say it isn't, because there's fucking loads of proof to prove them otherwise. It's like, no, it's not science. You mean apart from all this proof here? It's amazing though. I'm going to ignore all this proof. And just take the example I like, and I can decide what is good and bad science. Going, you're just doing bad science. That's rant for another day. Rant for another day. But normality and abnormality seems to kind of just lost all meaning because abnormal, normal, because I think it's more normal. Cause I don't really think people use the word abnormal. They more go, oh, they're not normal. Okay, that's the phrase that annoys me. There we go, found it. I found the point of the video. 1 minute, 32 in. We're on track to make something. Maybe we could ignore the video. I probably wouldn't. This is shit. But yes, they're not normal. And I don't like that phrase because, one, you would have to create a complete definition for abnormality and normality, which psychologists have been arguing about for decades. So, yeah, really, well done if you found out if someone's normal or not, because you've just figured out the answer to the question psychologists have been asking for decades. How did you do your research? Please tell me. Please tell me, a wise one. How do you answer that question that has been stumped the minds of geniuses for this long? Or maybe you're just a dipshit who should shut the fuck up. Yeah, it just annoys me. It annoys me just because let's talk about the psychology of it for now. There are 4 different definitions for abnormality and abnormality. They will disagree and have different valuation points, and one theory I don't think you can conclusively say one theory is the best because each one of its flaws and each one of its pros and cons. So I'm going to go through each theory quickly. Failure to function adequately, deviation from ideal mental health, statistical infrequency, and deviation from social norms. Now, I'm going to be focusing on statistical infrequency and deviation from social norms in this video because that's more about what people tend to talk about. I'm going to just center myself properly. Basically, failure to function adequately is 6 trait. It's going, you're dangerous, you are distressing to yourself, it's discomfort to others. I forget the other thing. 3. But yeah, it's just, those two tend to be like, failure to function adequately is just, can you go about your day-to-day life and just do anything? So technically quite a few the people that are called not normal are normal by this standard because they just go about their day-to-day life. They pay taxes. Yeah, as long as you pay taxes, you're fine. Yeah, so technically, by that definition, David Cameron isn't normal. No. Again, it's not being normal, it's being an arsehole who David Cameron suffers from. Yeah, the pros with this is it stops kind of being like, they're not normal, kind of, it's quite clear categorization. However, quite a few of the traits you can have, but still be normal, and just being deliberately an arsehole. Like, you can be a discomfort to others, but sometimes being a discomfort to others is intentional, because you just want to be a prick sometimes. And deviation from ideal mental health is just a big laundry list of things where it's going, you don't have ideal mental health. And the thing is, it's such a long list, most people are abnormal by it because no one technically has ideal mental health. Which is sad, but yeah, like, it's ideal, it's like, no one can ever reach idealistic state of it's going, that's something to aim for, but you kind of, yeah, I don't know, it's like, you always have to push the envelope a little bit further and get better. Again, it's complicated, but yeah. We're pushing those two aside for now. We're talking about statistical infrequency and deviation from social norms. Deviation from social norms, basically, you're not following what society expects from you as a person of your persuasion, because, different people have different social norms, and it also depends on what country you're in, what time area you're in, and what gender you have, and like, it's like, there's loads of categories, like, going, the fact that you're going, yeah, but, like, social norms change from country to country and time to time. Like, pink used to be a boy's colour and blue used to be a girl's colour, now it's switched. Which just shows you, like, social norms is not one, you can't use that to categorise normality, because if, like, you can get in a plane and fly somewhere and not be normal, but get in the plane and fly back to wherever you are and be normal again, that is kind of going, well, is that normal? That's an odd way of defining normality then, because different people have different social norms. And but unfortunately that's the one most people use to categorise. And even that, and it's going, it's outdated social norms they're using, like going, yeah, like, that would be a social norm if we were in the 1940s, but it's 2021. That's 8 years behind. Just 8 years behind. Yeah. Like American that way. And also statistical infrequency, which is just going, you kind of have a bell curve, that's the mean, and that's right, and then it stems away from there, and it's like if you're abnormal if you are 2 standard deviations away from the mean. There are two, like, this is very mathematical, and you can categorize people as normal and abnormal quite easily in this system. However, it has to be normally distributed. You have to have numerical values, and you have to, and the whole 2 standard deviation thing is quite critical, because if someone's kind of just under 2 standard deviations away, they won't, and have a mental disorder, they won't get help, because it's often to do with mental health. But again, with all 4 of these theories, you can't, like, because it's like that diagnosing mental illnesses, you can be abnormal and not have a disorder, and being abnormal, that gets me on the next point. Being not normal isn't a bad thing, because, like, if we go to statistical infrequency, having a high IQ is abnormal. But you wouldn't say having a high IQ is a bad thing. And quite often when people say they're not normal, they're trying to imply it in a bad way, and I don't like that. Because it implies they're going, oh, if people don't follow either the social good or aren't this, like, mean average human being, mean as in the numerical thing, not the kind of, they're nasty. Basically, if they're not this perfectly average human being, they're bad. Going, no. And also, technically, according to statistical infrequency, let's say the word properly, technically no one is normal, because it's like there will always be one category where you're 2 standard deviations away from the mean, and so, like, at least one category everyone will be abnormal. That technical definition, there's not a single normal human being on the planet. So go, they're not normal, but neither are you. I'm not normal, you're not normal, your fucking neighbour's not normal, so who gives a shit? Like, going, by most definitions of normality, most people are just abnormal and weird. which is a good thing. I think the universe benefits from people being different and weird and unique. I think the world is better when we accept each other's differences. And that's what I hate about this phrase, going, they're not normal. It's just a phrase, you might as well go, they're different to me, and I don't like that. That's all that means. And that's just the problem with it. It's going, that's why I dislike it so much, and I think I talked about it in my anime video, but still, like, it's usually used to put down either, like, someone's identity, like, being of self. I fucking dislike that, because they're going, just let them be themselves. The person they are is beautiful and wonderful. The person you are is beautiful and wonderful. Don't give a shit about being normal. Be you, because that is something incredible. That's something only you could do. Only you can be you. Got that, you? Hugh. That's the one thing I dislike about it. You're not criticizing them being not normal or normal, not normal. You can't categorize that out easily. It's very complicated on who's normal and who's not normal. And that's why I dislike. It's going, like, I think people are people, and you are you, and that's something beautiful. And I think people should just go, so what if they're not normal? They're them, and that's something beautiful. It's just, let people, if they, again, it's usually used to criticize self-identity, and they're going, however you feel like you identify, whoever you feel like you are, that is valid. You are valid. You are a valid human being. You're a wonderful human being. You're a lovely person. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And people who say they're not normal, quit it with that shit. Genuinely quit it with that shit. Because you're not criticizing again. Like, I'm saying the same thing. But yeah, who gives a shit if they're not normal? You're not normal. Fucking normality is not so easily defined as your, like, kind of 1-2 black and white system. So that's my rant over and done with. Hope you have a nice day. And again, like I've been saying the entire time, you are you. You may not be normal, but that's something beautiful. Because you're a unique, beautiful human being that is on this planet for a reason. I'm about to say, it's seemingly Jesus-y, so I'm just saying the reason is because your dad goofed on your mum. Can you just cut the video, please? Cut the video, please. Or your father goofed. There's a lot more complicated stuff out there. Something happened with the goof juice, and now you're here. And that's something wonderful. You're not normal, you're you. And that's something great. I'm going to end this video. Before I can say any more weird stuff, I'm going to block all the thoughts away and the weird stuff so you aren't exposed to it. You're welcome. Outro. There we go. Video done.